You think you know your own body, right? Well, think again. Because right now, your mouth is home to a sprawling, bustling metropolis of microbial life. A city so dense and complex, it puts our own to shame. But this city has a dark side. A secret underworld that can have some pretty serious consequences for your entire body.
So just to give you a sense of scale here, get a load of this number. In certain parts of our body, the kind of bacteria we're going to be talking about can outnumber all the other microbes by up to 1,000 to 1. They are the silent, and I mean overwhelming, majority.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter. What if the biggest threat to your health isn't some virus you catch, but a traitor that's already living inside you? These are native residents, organisms that have been with us for thousands of years. But what happens when they turn on us? This isn't an invasion, folks. It's a civil war.
Okay, so let's meet our main characters, the non-sporing anaerobes. Now, these guys have one wild characteristic. They are literally killed by oxygen. I mean, the very air that you and I need to live, to them, it's a catastrophic poison. It makes their cells just rupture and die almost instantly. They are true creatures of the shadows.
So, how in the world do these oxygen-hating organisms, which are normally pretty harmless, become some of the most dangerous pathogens we know? Well, it's a story of ecological revolution, a hostile takeover that begins in a very specific place. The battleground for this takeover is the biofilm, what you and I just call dental plaque. But don't you dare think of it as just some gunk on your teeth. No. This is a highly structured, organized city. It's got neighborhoods, communication systems, the whole shebang. It even has a very specific architectural plan. And this slide just lays out that whole takeover process perfectly. It's like a slow-motion coup. It starts with step 1, the good guys, the harmless oxygen-using bacteria. They lay the foundation. Then, in step 2, they start eating up all the available oxygen, and by doing that, they actually terraform the environment, creating these little oxygen-free zones. This is what allows step 3 to happen. The bridge organisms, the orange complex, they move in. They literally build the connections for the final act. Step 4, the takeover. The most dangerous gangs, the red complex, can finally arrive and set up their criminal empire, completely protected from the poisonous air outside.
This whole mess, this complete state of imbalance, has a name: dysbiosis. And here's where it gets really insidious. It kicks off this vicious cycle. The bad bacteria cause inflammation. Your body, trying to help, sends in nutrient-rich fluids to fight them. But guess what? Those fluids are like a 5-star meal for the pathogens. So your body's own defense system ends up feeding the very enemy it's trying to get rid of. It's wild.
All right, so who are the actual masterminds behind this whole operation? Let's take a look at the microbial most wanted list. And believe me, these aren't just your average street thugs. These are highly skilled specialists.
Right at the top, we've got Porphyromonas gingivalis, the keystone kingpin. Its key weapon? These things called ginger pains that literally disable your immune system. Then you've got Fusobacterium nucleatum, the master architect. It uses these super sticky proteins to build the very structure of this corrupt city. And a newly recognized player, Filofactor allicis, the specialist. This one's like the bodyguard for the whole gang. It has a unique enzyme that helps it survive the immune system's attacks.
But let's go back to that kingpin, P. gingivalis, for a second, because its tactics are just genius in a terrifying way. It's a keystone pathogen, which means it can cause a massive amount of chaos even when there aren't many of them around. It actually hides by invading your own gum cells. And the most incredible part? It can actually tune your immune response. It modifies its outer shell to cause just enough inflammation to get a steady food supply, but not so much that your immune system launches an all-out war. It is a true master manipulator.
So, you might be thinking, okay, this is a local problem, a gang war, but it's contained to one city. But that's where this story takes a truly alarming turn. The chaos, it turns out, does not stay contained.
I mean, the damage stops at the gum line, right? A little bleeding, some inflammation. That's the end of it, surely. Wrong. The constant battle in your gums creates these little ulcerations, which become a direct highway for these bacteria to get right into your bloodstream.
And once they escape, well, they're linked to some of the most serious diseases we face. We're talking about these orobacteria accelerating heart disease, triggering autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, causing adverse pregnancy outcomes, and, maybe most shockingly, playing a direct role in cancer. And the evidence here is incredible. It's not just some vague association. That master architect from our wanted list, Fusobacterium nucleatum, is found in huge numbers inside colorectal cancer tumors. Just think about that journey for a second. It travels from the mouth, somehow survives stomach acid, and sets up a brand new criminal enterprise deep inside the colon.
And we even know how it does it. This is the crucial part. One of its key weapons, a protein called FATA, acts like a key in a lock. It binds directly to colon cells and flips a switch, turning on a specific cancer-causing pathway. It's not just hanging out near the crime scene, it is actively promoting the crime itself.
So, faced with this entrenched, intelligent, and systemically dangerous criminal network, how do we fight back? How do we restore law and order to the city in our mouth?
Now, the first thought a lot of us have is, why not just drop an antibiotic bomb on them? Well, it's because that biofilm, that bacterial city, is also a fortress. Its slimy matrix is so dense that it physically blocks antibiotics from getting in, shielding all the bad guys deep inside.
So let's just compare the battle plans. Antibiotics, they can't get through the walls, and using them too much just makes the survivor stronger. They're really reserved for severe cases where the infection is already spread. The only effective strategy is mechanical cleaning. It's not a chemical weapon, it is a battering ram that physically smashes the fortress to pieces.
And really, this is the main takeaway. The hero of this story isn't some miracle drug, it's mechanical disruption. It's the professional cleaning from your dentist that demolishes the established strongholds, and it's the daily work of your toothbrush and floss that prevents them from ever being rebuilt in the first place. It is how you take back control. So, that secret city in your mouth is a dynamic world, and a battle for control is being waged every single day. The deciding factor in that battle? It's you. The only question left is the one on your screen. Are you its protector, or are you letting the gangs take over?